There you go. We learned this from Ray, right? Record everything. You don't
Yes.
have to repeat yourself.
Got my notebook out.
Perfect. And this is totally off the cuff for me. So, I mean, it's stuff that I've done a good bit of. I can tell you some nuances. I know nothing about your particular business. So that's why I asked some questions and we'll see if there's, things and stuff that's worked in my business that might work in yours, as far as hitting
Perfect.
month end and creating some volume.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And I know, yeah, a little, I'm sure different compensation structures and stuff, but I'm sure there's a lot that I'll be able to apply back.
Okay. So you said what's your goal? How much volume do you need and how much time?
Oh my gosh, 7 days. And I mean, I don't have the volume that I'm going for. We're below where we were last March, which is just not cool. So I'm going for 200,000 in 7 days.
How much?
200,000.
200,000. Okay. And so if your group, right, your volume needs to jump 200,000 in 7 days.
I would like it to jump 200,000 in seven
What's the
days.
monetary difference if that happens?
Monetary difference in terms of what,
What you're going to take home?
oh, that's a good, here, let me see, just a second. I can tell you roughly. Into, it would be a difference of about $6,000.
$6,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 200,000 volume, 6,000 volume. Approximately how many units is that? How many sales?
How many sales? How many? Oh my gosh. Our average customer sale is about $75. And so let's see, 200 divided into 75, 2,666. I don't like that number. 2,667.
2,667 sales. All right. And that makes a difference in $6,000 in your paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm depending on how it's distributed, a lot of those will be coming from my lower levels, which I get paid out less on. But yeah, if it was
Another
distributed.
question is like, what is there balance requirements or things? Are you guys a binary or unilevel or?
No. Oh my gosh, and I don't even. Yeah, we're not binary. I think it's unilevel where.
Say
Yeah, I've got
multiple legs.
paid no multiple legs. Nope. Paid out on 5 levels deep, with like the first level and the second level is being weighted a lot more heavily.
Gotcha.
Is that called unilevel? We don't use that terminology, so I don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know.
funny. And I really have no clue. So you don't have multiple legs underneath you, like your personal recruits and what they bring in underneath them and all of that?
Well, I mean, I'm paid out more on my personal recruits. And so like we call it, so I've got my first level and I'm paid out 6% on them and then 5% on the second level and then less as it goes down the line.
Okay.
But it's not like people split off or anything like
Okay.
that yet.
So what would say next um, is how many have you looked through your organization? How many people are close to hitting their next level? And is
Mm-hmm.
there a monetary difference for them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so when with the terminology of rank, hitting rank, I don't know what that means, I guess. So what does
Okay.
that
It's
mean?
like ranks or levels in the organization. For example, ours has you're a pro one, a pro two, a pro three. So a pro one does $1,000 in volume a month. Pro
Mm-hmm.
two does 2,500. A pro three does 5,000, and it goes on up.
And in
Uh,
order to get paid out on whatever, they have to hit that
right. And so the
threshold.
more the higher rank you are, the more levels you get paid deep, and so
Mm-hmm.
there's a bigger paycheck associated with each rank. And then there's a couple
Yeah.
big bonuses with different ranks. Um, So what I'm looking for is, or what you're looking for is people in your organization that would get a big payout or bonus from stretching, from
Okay.
going for it.
Yep. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I
Okay.
haven't looked at that before.
And so the philosophy or the idea behind it is that, I'll just give you this example. Let's say I need 20,000 volume, okay, to get to my next rank or to qualify for, say I'm in 20,000 volume, I can qualify for a $5,000 bonus.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So if I create 20,000 volume, I create a $5,000 bonus. That, in my mind, I'm like, okay, now I've got 5,000 to invest in hitting this bonus, because
Okay.
it's a wash. You never spend more money than you're going to win, right? That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense. We want it to make financial sense, and ideally, I would spend 4,000 or 4,500 to hit that next rank or hit that next thing to make that happen. And so you can leverage that money and that spend into some serious volume. But like, again, and I'll say this over and over, I never ever, and you never want to go into your downline and help somebody hit a rank that's going to end up costing them money. That's the ramifications. They might hit the rank, but the downside of missing the rank next month and then all the stuff after that, and if it ends up costing them money, the negatives way outweigh the positives of hitting the rank one time. So you never want to promote that in your team. I'm not an advocate of buying a rank, buying a position, because there's people that do that, and they stock their garage full of product just in order to hit a rank. If it doesn't make monetary sense, don't do it, right? But if I can spend 4,000 to make 5,000, that makes sense.
Right.
I'll do that all day long. So that's my disclaimer, all right, in this conversation. I'm never ever encourage any of your team to spend more money than they're going to earn. It's just the ramifications of that down the road are not worth it. So in that, if I need 20,000 volume, I'm going to look into my organization. I'm going to try to find 2 or 3 people that maybe are 2,000 or 3,000 away from hitting their next rank. Okay? And if it makes sense for them, right? If you were my downline and I saw that you were 2,000 from hitting your next rank, and by hitting that 2,000, you'd make $500.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so in that 2,000, the offer I would make you, okay, is, hey, you're only 2,000 from your next rank. Let's create that volume. Let's run a sale in your organization where we can offer to do a buy 2 get 1 free. Okay, because I get people buying. Right? So in that, let's say, and maybe if you have a large organization, we might just run it in one leg or one segment of your organization, not all of it, because I don't want, if you've got 20,000 people, you don't throw it to all 20,000, because if 5,000 get it, you end up creating way more volume than you need and spending way much more money than you're going to earn. Follow me?
Yeah.
So
I don't have 20,000 people in my organization, though, so we're okay. Yeah.
You pick one segment of your group, okay, and this is a good way to test it too. Maybe it's just 10 people or whatever it is. You throw it, and maybe it's just 100 people, but you throw it out to that segment of people, and you say, for the week, we're going to run a buy 2 get 1 free. So if you buy 2 products, right, and maybe it's whatever your highest personal volume payout is on that product, you choose the products, right? Our company offers 5 products. I might just choose the one that pays me best in volume. And I was like, for this product, I'm doing a buy 2 get 1 free. So if you buy 2 products, you buy 3 products, I'm going to reimburse you for the 3rd one. You take a screenshot of your order. 30 days from now, I'm going to send you a reimbursement. And so you buy the 3. And here's the why I do that, because I did this wrong once. You do it so that the company ships the product to the person. They ship all 3 products. They pay the shipping. That's all done, and you don't have to mess with all that. Okay. And then now also, you set the expectation if you're going to get your reimbursement 30 days from now. So you've already earned your bonus, and now you can take that bonus to pay everybody back. So if you're in a cash flow situation, you don't all of a sudden have $10,000 worth of reimbursements to put out, and you haven't got your bonus, right? So that you're not cutting it too close.
Yeah.
And there was one time I ran one of these, and I ordered a bunch of product, and I had to reship it. The shipping costs for shipping that third product, because they bought two, ate me up, right? So you have them order three, and that way you do the two. And like this, my daughter made that for me today, so I was wearing my Alley Power right there. So I just noticed that in the video. So that's what you do, so that the shipping and the logistics and all that doesn't fall on you. Okay.
Sure.
And you set everybody's expectation of your reimbursement in 30 days, and that way you receive the money before you have to pay it back out.
Sure.
You do need to keep very tedious track of it, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
So here's what I do. So in that scenario, right, the buy two, get one free, and you can do buy one, get one free, right? It's just how much engagement do you need to make that happen. So if you're my leader and you need 2,000 of volume, I would say, well,
so when you're talking about volume, I'm just trying to think. So this would be like group volume to get paid at the next level for them. Is that what?
So okay, for you and your organization, if you need 2,000 of volume to get to your next rank or your next bonus, whatever that is,
right?
And let's say that bonus is going to pay you $700. And I'm just making numbers up. So I would say, how about you spend $500 to make $700? But here's what I'm going to do. I'm willing to match $500. So together we can spend $1,000 to create $2,000 worth of volume. Because we'll run the buy two, get one free, but your reimbursement, whatever that ends up being, I'll split it with you. You follow me there?
I do. Yeah. I'm trying to think how to apply this to my leaders. This is cool. Yeah. Scott, I never would have thought to do this. So, typically, like, I hit the volume that I need for paying out at whatever. But I know that I have quite a few gals that don't. And so that's who I would focus on then, is my leaders who have teams that are close to hitting their paid out. We call it paid out levels. Their paid out level that need some group volume. And actually, to be honest, often some personal volume too, to hit that. Okay. And so doing some calculations for them. And
that's the nuance of it, is that I'm just going to partner with you, help you hit your rank. I'm willing to contribute half. So now I've got you to buy into half and me to buy into half. Right? So together, if we spend $1,000 and people buy X amount of units, we split the cost of doing the get one free. Right. And I've gotten you as my leader in my downline to share into into you winning. Right. So if I can do that and create 2,000 of volume in your organization, and you're sharing half the cost, if I can do that times 5 leaders, now if I get 5 leaders to do 2,000 at the end of the month, now I've added 10,000 of volume, and it's cost me minimal. Right? Because I've got you to share half the cost, this leader, that leader, that leader, that leader. And sometimes, so when you send out the email or the notification that you're going to run this run this deal, I like to only do it for 24 hours. And that way I can do it in bites of, I would contact one of my leaders and say, in your leg, or maybe in one of your legs, right? So for whatever, take 50 people or 100 people, run the promo, run it for 24 hours. So many people buy in, and now you know where you're at. And then you run it again the next day in a different set of people. And now you know where you're at. And for 7 days, you can run it for different groups. You don't open up to the whole group, and you only run it for 24 hours. And you give people a cutoff, so they have to jump on it if they want to buy 2, get 1 free, right? Or like I said, buy 1, get 1 free always does better. It just costs you more money. So sometimes I've done the buy 2, get 1 free, and then gone back in the last day, I might, if I got to, squeeze a little bit more blood out of the rock, then you do a buy one get one free in some groups. Now, so you got to make that available for everybody, right? If you can't give some people a good deal and other people a great deal, right? You got to manage
Mm-hmm.
the other parts of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But those are all things that you can things that you can do to make it so you don't have to spend a lot of money. You get your leaders to share in the cost, and you can spend 5,000. If you spend 5,000, but you're splitting that 1,000 times 5 ways, now you've actually got $10,000 spent. And
Mm-hmm.
and buy two get one free, depending on your product. So your product's $50. You spend $10,000, but your organization has spent 20. If it's a buy one get one free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you do buy two get one free, now your organization's grown 30,000, and you've spent 10,000 in volume.
Okay.
And your
Okay.
10,000 that you're spending has actually been split with 5 different leaders, so that you spent 5 and they each spent 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yep. Yep. It does. It does. I'm just, trying to brainstorm how to apply this with my group. And so, we can't really see the products that they're ordering. They make either bulk orders, or they get through our online office, or they collect customer orders through their website. And so maybe, it's something, maybe
But you
the
tell
dollar
them
amount or
it's
something.
personal orders, and it can be for the customers too. So maybe they got a neighbor that's on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my upline's running this crazy special, buy two get one free.
Mm-hmm.
This is a chance for you to. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever, when they place their order, take a screenshot, email it to you, so you've got record of it, and then you
Mm-hmm.
can reconcile that in 30 days.
Yep. Yep. I love it. I love it.
But you say what products it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Don't let them all just do it on their the cheapest product or whatever that doesn't help you in volume. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how your company works, but
Yeah. I
you
mean, I
might
wouldn't be able to see what they ordered. That's the
get
only.
more volume than others for dollars spent.
Yeah. 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 We get the same payout, and we have a really high, commission rate. And so for our consultants, but, we get paid the same on on every product.
Okay. And
But
another thing
yeah.
I'm going to say about that, because it probably doesn't apply to you, but for companies and people that have an auto ship, like
Mm-hmm.
we've got our main products where people are on auto ship, and there's a certain pills that they want every single month. I'm never going to run this special on those,
Okay.
because I don't
Yeah.
want people to stock up on that and then cancel their auto ship for next month.
Good.
So
Good.
I'm always doing it on the ancillary products, the things
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to use. We have an energy drink, and if I found that if you buy more energy drinks, you drink more energy drinks, right? But
Yeah.
if it's something that's one pill every day, you're not going to use more. You're not going to take 2 pills because you have an extra bottle.
Yes.
So do it in the products that people will use more if they have more.
Got it.
Whatever your anchor auto ship, subscription product is, you don't run the special on that
Yeah.
unless you're desperate.
Yeah. 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 We don't have auto ship, and I don't have a way to see the exact products that they've ordered. I can just see the order amount. And so maybe I do it based on the, order volume.
It could be. Maybe
Mhm.
you hit a certain volume, and then this is the way we bonus you.
Yeah.
If you order $130 worth of product, then I will rebate you $30.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can look at your products and what your mix is that makes sense. And offer the rebate where send me the screenshot of you ordering this amount, and I'll rebate you that amount.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, and people that watch this video, they're all different types
Yeah.
of products and stuff and everything. So I'm trying to make it as generic as possible.
I love it. I love it. So if you're working then with different leaders, like you're not necessarily doing it for everyone for all the leaders in your organization, or are you? And if not, how do you make it, I guess, fair for?
Well, yeah, part of it depends on, in my organization, I have different legs and there's some balance requirements. So sometimes I just run it in an area where I need volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a certain
Mm-hmm.
area. So the people there in those areas where I don't need volume, they don't get the special.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never had anybody really ask me about it.
Yeah.
There's always going to be those people that will, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm running a business and I'm I'm able to offer this because I earn a bonus if I do the sale. And if
Yep.
I do the sale for you guys, I don't earn the bonus. And so,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't know.
It hasn't been an issue.
That's never been a huge issue or enough to make me stop wanting to do it. Just the big caveats are that you don't want people to spend money they're not going to earn back.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
I would never encourage you as a leader to hit a rank just to hit the rank. And if it's
Yep.
going to cost you $1,000 to hit it, then don't hit it.
Yep.
Just wait, get it organically. Don't buy your rank. That's always a bad idea,
Yep.
um, unless it's going to make you money.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple ranks where there's one where if you hit this certain rank, it's an extra like $5,000.
Wow.
And
Wow.
if you can spend $1,000 to hit it and make $5,000,
Yep.
I'm signing up for that program all day long. That's just the way that makes business sense. I
Yeah.
never encourage buying a rank for the sake of getting a different pen. Don't spend
For sure.
$1,000 for a different color pen or whatever it is you need. That's a
Yeah. 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 It's
bad decision.
all dollars. Yeah. And this 200K that I want, it's not to hit a level or anything. It's just, yeah, we're just behind this month. And so I'm like, we got to get this back on track. It's been an interesting start to the year. So,
So if there's no big financial incentive or if it doesn't make sense, then I would work on some other things.
mhm.
Of you could run it, end of the month type of promo, do a contest that leads into a bigger thing next month. So you make sure you hit it next month. Some things you could think about, psychologically, just to get people ramped up into do this. So you got a big steamroller going into next month type of thing. So you make sure you crush it. I mean,
Yeah.
if there's no financial incentive and you got to make up $200,000.
Oh, no, there is a financial, I mean, I get paid, on that. So for
Yeah.
200, if we have an additional 200,000, that's going to be between $6,000 and $10,000, cash.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just that, it's not that I personally have to hit a rank to get that. It's just, it's a volume goal. But I do have people in my organization that are missing, and I have never looked at that before, Scott. I can't believe I've never looked at that, but who, are getting paid at a lower level, but if they just would pump up some group volume or pump up some personal volume, that it would bump them up. And I've never actually looked to see what the difference, I've never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome.
See whoever's 500 away.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a personal message to them. Say, hey, you're 500 away. You know what? If you spend, 425, I'll if it's personal volume, then I'll jump in the last 75. But
yeah,
you got to work the numbers and make sure, don't overspend yourself, and you don't want to spend the money and then fall just short. That's a bad place to be too. So you really gotta be. Not everybody's designed for that. But if you're a spreadsheet type of person, you can work that out.
I like spreadsheets. Yeah.
Right.
I have the shirt that says "Lady in the Street, Freak in the Spreadsheet." So, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it, Scott. That's awesome. So, yeah, I love this. I love this about this group. I can't believe I've never looked at that before because, for my gals that are just missing it, either whether it's, that they're missing it because of their own personal volume or just a little bit of group volume. I mean, it can be a significant dollar amount for them, and it could be thousands of dollars for some of them.
So come through it. And I call it, going fishing. So you just go fishing in your back office and see who's close and see, it's always I always approach it with, hey, it's the last week, you're this close. Are you interested in hitting it? Right. Because I'm not their boss. I'm like, hey, you need to hit this. This wears your team out. So I'm always more of I've noticed this, you're close. I'm willing to help you and we can do this together. And then you just see which one of your leaders and people want to sign up. And if it's a lot of, customers and people that are close, that's a different dynamic than what I have, but that's just tap into all of that to see who wants to get to the next level. And sometimes if you don't have enough leaders to get you where you want to go, then you got to go into some massive stuff last week, which you can create crazy. If you have some conference calls, do some weekly opportunity, lunchtime sizzle calls, types of meetings, you can create a lot of buzz in the last week.
Yes.
and involve a couple leaders in doing that with you. And a lot of times you can kind of surprise yourself just by putting it out there. There was one time I tell a story that it was a time we were about to hit a big rank in our company, and we had we had to hit 100,000 in sales for the month. And we had never been above, I think, like 86 before.
Yep.
We hit 92,000, and we had about 7 hours to make up $8,000 of the volume.
Gosh.
And I was just like, Linda, we're going to do this. And she's like, how are we going to do it? I'm like, I have no idea. We're going to go for it, and we're going to sprint to the finish line, and we'll know if we don't make it. We gave every single thing we had, and we ended up making it. And even now, and my organization now is 5 times, 6 times bigger. To create 8,000 the last several hours of the month, and it was Memorial Day weekend, Indy 500 race weekend in Indianapolis. I mean, it was the most inopportune time to make that happen. But if you commit to it and decide it, and just allow the universe to work in your favor, crazy stuff happens by rallying a team, getting a bunch of people moving in the same direction. And
what did you do in those 7 hours? What did you do?
We had a team call. We had a bunch of people had stuff that was like in the pipeline, and we helped flush out the pipeline. We had 3 new people hit new ranks that night that weren't like, they were like, I don't know if we can do. I'm like, well, let's just go for it, you know? And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's just go for it and see what happens. And so we went for it for 3 or 4 different people, and one of them was out in Washington. So we actually hit our rank and then stayed up a couple of. We stayed up. I fell asleep. I like passed out on the table. Linda has a picture of me on our dining room table, and she stayed up another. She's a night owl. Stayed up another like hour and a half, and helped that lady hit her rank.
Wow.
And it was just a very emotional, exceptional, incredible day. But once you make the commitment to do it, and when you have 7 days and you have that much time to rally your team and do things, or do some personal recruiting, and you can create a few $1,000s of volume just by everybody getting one person. So that's where some of the contests and things can come and play, where you get a lot of people involved a little bit and grab onto your people that want to do something crazy in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Those people are out there, but you won't know unless you ask.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, is there any other questions or things that
yes.
I'm just kind of rambling. This was totally off the cuff. So
I love it. It's perfect. No, you gave me some really good ideas. And again, thinking of, I can't, sometimes I just like face palm, that some of this stuff. I'm like, I can't believe I never thought to do a month-end push, which is so, well, I guess we've done little ones, but just hearing this group and how some of you are working with your organizations in the final hours, we've always just kind of closed up shop. And I'm so embarrassed to say that, but it's like, it's out of my hands. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to stress about it at this point. I'm not going to, keep refreshing my back office, but dude, like, yeah, what some of you guys are pulling out, like in the final.
And so in doing that, depending on the age and the experience of your group and all that, like this type of thing, I don't advocate doing it every month.
No. Yeah.
You pull it out on the, there's times when you need it, or you can run this, if you can segregate your brand new people, you can do it with your new people because they haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
But for your people and leaders that have been around, you can't tap this, every month. It's
Sure.
not an every month type of thing. It's when you need to make a big push, or you have a leader that needs to make a big push, then you can do this coaching with them and help them get what they need, which is that's what the nature of the business is, right? Helping everybody win.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can use it to identify certain people, and if you know somebody's creeping up, you might not do it in their group so that when they do it, it's most effective for them. So you got to kind of pick and choose in your group of where you're going to do it. You can get away with it, I don't know, every 4 or 5 months. I'm reluctant to do it sooner than that, because then it creates bad behavior, and people will start waiting for the next sale and doing those other things. But man, when you need that big push, it's a key thing.
We
created massive amount of volume with a very little spend by partnering up with lots of our leaders and helping everybody win.
I love it. When you do Zoom calls with your team, or when you do, what does that look like when you're doing like a month end, like production rally?
Um, I don't actually. I just don't have a lot of structure. It's just kind of, hey, who can jump on? I'm going to do this call here in a little bit. Or in that case, of that one time we were hitting the goal, that was a complete impromptu. That was just blasted out an email, send everybody a text. 2 hours from now, we're going to have a call. Whatever you got in the pipeline, let me help you. Let's do a 3-way call. Let's talk to people who are on the fence. Let's flush out everybody that's in the pipeline and talk to all of them and get a touch on them again. So that's what I do. But like for team calls and things, it's just more of a scheduled type of a gathering. And then I coach my people, like if you do a team call and nobody's, you get 20 people the first week and then 10 people the next week and 5 people the next week, well, then you need to add value, right? You got to prepare for it. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. I don't know.
Yeah. We haven't done a lot of team-wide Zooms, and certainly not like a last minute push. So your team all knows the goal that you're working towards when you do something like that. Hi.
So when I get on, if I'm doing if it's my goal and I'm trying to get there, and you guys are my leaders, I'm doing a team call for, hey, who's close and who can I help? I never talk about my goals.
Sure. Yep.
Right? Because you don't really, as your leader, you don't care as much about my goals. It's how do I help you get what you want? And so that's always the context of where I'm reaching out to people. It's never about, hey, I'm trying to hit, this rank this month. Now, maybe if you're hitting the top rank of your company, you can play that card and get your team to rally behind you. But I've never been of the ilk to want to play that card. I'm always just about, hey, see, you're 500 away, 1,500 away. Let me work with you and let's push and make it happen. What do you think? Let's do this. And you might be like, well, I didn't think it was going to happen. Like, I believe in you and I know we can make this happen. So let's do it.
Okay.
And then, but you might say, look, I'm about to fly out of town to go to a wedding for the weekend. There ain't no way. It's just not in the cards this weekend. If that's the case, then cool. Then I take you off and I'm calling my next leader. I'm just finding the people that, it's the whole magic, right? Big Al said, our job's not to motivate people. It's to find motivated people and help them get what they want.
Yep.
And if you
this is what he helped me do in November.
Yes. Is this when you hit your $1 million?
Yeah. And this went nuts. So I'm doing it again this month. I just got through with all my emails.
Oh, you awesome.
Oh, Angela, that was a huge inspiration to me because, that is my next BHAG, is having $1 million a month.
Well, I had never had anything like that happen. I thought, how is this going to work? I was super close, but it was like bogging my brain down. So when I did this, things just flipped. It was crazy. So I'm trying it again this month. I've got emails going out almost every day, contacting my leaders to see who I can get to jump on board and start running. So.
Oh, awesome.
Well, that's awesome, Angela, and that's huge. I'm glad that it helped you, and I'm glad that worked for you.
Well, it was just something I'd never thought of. My brain doesn't function that way, I guess. I've never done it before, so I just gave it a run to see what would happen. So that was priceless.
Yeah, I just got going through this with me. I can't believe that I never thought to take a look and see who in my organization was close to hitting the next, level for pay. It never crossed. And I'm so embarrassed that it has never crossed my mind before. But
well, it's so simple. It doesn't even make sense that it's so simple. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't even know. You call them up and like, you're only $300 from hitting the next rank. And if you do that 300, you'll make 5. And they're like, really? And they're like, you're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, let me just log on. I'll get my credit card out.
Let me just do this quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find the same thing, Angela? Is that what you saw?
Yeah. Well, and plus I did the buy 2, get 1 free, which I put credit on their account so that I'm not giving cash, I'm giving credit, which I mean, it's the same thing as cash to me, but they have to spend it back inside the company.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So,
We don't have that option, but that's
We could do
that's
that.
the way to do it.
yeah. And then that way I know their money is spent back in the company. So it was buy two, get one free. And then anybody that spent over $300, which would really ramp it up, I put their name in a drawing for a new diffuser. And everybody wanted the newest diffuser, and I had an extra one, and I'm like, well, why not?
Wow.
So that really pushed
That's smart.
people. And if I had one lady that had placed an order like $250, so I called her and I'm like, for another $50, you can get your name in the drawing, which she was the only person in the drawing. So she automatically won. But just little pushes like that seem to make a huge difference. So.
Mm-hmm. And when you're sending out emails every day, what do those look like? Who are those going out to, and what does that look like?
I have downloaded, because in our back office we can download the emails. We didn't used to, but now we can download just the emails, and I put them into my drip email system that goes out.
Okay.
And I just talk about the promotion that's going on, what it is that they get if they participate. If maybe they don't feel like they need product that month, and they can ask a neighbor or a friend, hey, if you'll order one, I can get this one free.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it trickles out every other day.
Cool. Wow.
And I couldn't tell you what one of them said because I just start writing.
That's awesome.
Well, Janet was telling me that, she doesn't know what her people order. So it's a lot about dollar values. So you could say, like, do this dollar value and get this extra bonus of dollar value. I mean, and that's actually pretty cool, because then you can just set certain levels, and that's way easier to calculate and incentivize, by doing different. You can get pretty creative with that. So that's
I can't see what they order, but I do dollar amounts.
Okay. Yeah.
I wish I could, because then you could really do a push.
Yes. Yeah, we just had a cool new product launch. I would love to be able to see who's ordering it.
Well, you could use that as maybe a giveaway or something, over a certain amount of orders or whatever.
Yeah. So good. All right. Well, I got my work cut out for me this week then.
right.
Last week. Are you recording this, Scott?
Yeah, I am recording it. So I'm going to post it. I'll post it in the TEC, and yeah, and if you need any help, I love helping people hit their goals. Linda was just chastising me a little bit. She's like, "You're willing to do all this for all these people that are on our team?" I'm like, "Well, more of my team called me. I help them out."
But if you record it, it's duplicatable, because you can just send out the recording.
Exactly, and this is straight out of Higdon's book, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Don't do anything unless you record it. And so
I don't do
that's
nothing
what I thought,
anymore.
rather than just go, because with Angela, I didn't record yours, but I'm like, let's record this one, and they can just be a resource for the TEC.
Yeah, we had a major call, and I don't know why we didn't record that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So good. So good. All right.
So let the push begin.
All right, well, I'm going to stop the recording, and if y'all want to